Hello class, good evening. My name is Florence and today I would like to talk to you about what I believe is one of the most pressing issues that we have in our society today. Should vaccinations be mandated? So I would like to invite you for a moment and think that this topic is not just solely about the COVID-19 vaccination and about the mandates that's been going on recently, but I would like you to think way back in the past and how vaccinations been uh, in the past up until today. I know that thanks to current events, we've been more aware and educated about the vaccines and how important it is and the consequences that it does to our body. But I would like to make aware of other traditional vaccines that's been out there that has helped our society over time. Okay, so for my first proclaim, I would say that vaccines can save children's lives. According to the American Academy of Pediatrics, vaccination during childhood is 90 to 99% effective in preventing diseases. We all know that once a baby is born, they have the greatest immune system ever there is. They are exposed to everything. Um, having been in the mother's womb for 9 months, they are not exposed to anything. They are protected and with the mother's womb, and they are being nurtured within the mother's own nurtured and protected within the mother's own immune system. But once the baby is born, they are exposed to everything: microbes, germs, viruses, and way before a baby has been the policy is that babies has to be vaccinated within the first 3 months after being born. This helps them be more susceptible to diseases, to help their immune system adjust to whatever virus or germs or microbes that they may be exposed to. Here you can see a table of global number of child deaths per year caused by death, ranging from 1990 to 2017. The bar is the total number of deaths, and within these different color ranges is different kinds of medication, different kinds of diseases that they have acquired over years. As you can see, there's been a decrease of deaths per year thanks to vaccinations. 2017, there has been almost a significant change in meningitis and encephalitis. There's been very little number of tetanus as well as measles. These few diseases has been almost eradicated thanks to vaccination. My next claim is that vaccines protect future generations. With the help of vaccine innovation, we are able to protect ourselves from diseases that still exist. Thanks to current vaccination programs, diseases such as polio, tetanus, rubella, and measles have been eradicated. This is true because in most cases, these diseases have only been endemic in third world countries, poor countries, those that cannot afford to mandate vaccines. I don't know if most of you are even aware, but these vaccines these diseases that are mentioned are requirements for your child to be accepted before going to school. It is a mandate for LAUSD school systems that children, in order for them to go to school, has to have vaccination records of chickenpox, measles, rubella, tetanus, and polio vaccine in order for them to actually go to school. In this picture, you can see how vaccines work. And here you can see how much cases has there been in the past compared to the cases that has happened now. Significant number there that you can see is 61,370 for measles back in the day, and now 83 cases that are being discovered, almost 99% of eradication. Diphtheria and polio has been eradicated 100% thanks to mandate vaccinations. Now in this slide, you can see how vaccination innovation has changed over the years. And within these, the diseases that are listed and how the number of infections has decreased over the years. Those with active vaccinations has had very small cases from over the course of 20 years. For example, cervical cancer, hepatitis B virus, measles, chickenpox, and polio. Some of the diseases, as you can see, has no green bar right next to them. This is because there has no active vaccine mandates that's been going on. And also another reason is that sometimes some of these diseases have no virus, are not caused by a virus, but is caused by a bacteria. That's for example, is malaria, as well as tuberculosis. So as you can see, there has been good things that has happened thanks to vaccination mandates. We are able to eradicate most diseases. We are able to protect our children from having life-altering diseases, and they are able to go to school because of these vaccine mandates. But let's talk about the disadvantages and the con of having a vaccine mandate. So first, the con claim that I have is that most vaccines are unnecessary, which is true. There are past diseases such as chickenpox, rubella, and measles that can be treated with immediate relief medications. My brother had recently had a case of chickenpox, and he has not had it when he was younger. We are immigrants from the Philippines, and in that, the school system in the Philippines, interestingly, does not mandate chickenpox. So for us to be able to have the virus in our body, we have to actually acquire and get chickenpox. Interestingly, when we moved here, my brother actually has not had chickenpox. So when he had chickenpox, he was sent home. He had to go to the urgent care and get checked for chickenpox. And yeah, the doctor just said, take Tylenol. He was given a calamine lotion and to not itch, to not scratch the itchy area. So really, there hasn't been any drastic measures that were done, except for giving prevention for what he had. The second claim that I have is that vaccines contain harmful ingredients that causes more harm than good. So for most of the vaccines, it's not just the vaccine that you have in it. There are a lot of other ingredients that are contained into the vaccines, such as egg protein, antibiotics, aluminum, polysorbate, and formaldehyde. These are common additives that are put into the vaccine so that it will preserve them, it will help with the shelf life, it will be able to withstand any temperature or treatment that it undergoes through. I know that in the beginning, when COVID vaccines were released, there has to be a very high maintenance freezer that has to be stored of. And for other traditional vaccines, they didn't have that. But that's the reason why some people are not pro-vaccination. It's because these carrier ingredients that they add into the vaccine actually causes adverse effects over time. You can hear it from other people, such as active military people that has had a series of vaccines, and sometimes they would just undergo and get autism as a side effect. Sometimes they would just have allergic reactions to protein or to nuts, even though most of their life they have not had any allergic reaction. So with that in mind, I would like to invite you all and think for a moment and analyze if vaccination is actually causing more harm than good, or is it actually good for us? For me, I believe that whatever actions we take, whatever choices we make, it will cause the greater good. It's something that we do, not just for our own protection, but also the protection of the future. For example, when Spanish flu was a pandemic in the 1800s, a lot of people had died and a lot of people has suffered. But thanks to the flu vaccine, we don't have to worry about that anymore. So I hope that at the end of the day, we should always think to protect the greater good and choose this as a moral lesson to see and decide if it just affects ourselves or also the future of the next generation. Thank you so much.